Husky, thank you so much for your time. As you've walked with many people throughout the years, we want to ask you, what advice would you give to someone in their 20s on how to maximize their growth during that time?
Well, short answer is there's none, and everybody's different. But generally speaking, someone said, when you're young, you should travel a lot and read many good books. And I think that applies to our faith too. Number one, read a lot of good books, especially, I would say, biographies of Christian giants like, George Mueller, Wilberforce, Amy Carmichael, Elizabeth Elliot, and so forth. There are a whole bunch of people. And then read some classicals, not just modern books, but Tolstoy's, Victor Hugo, Dostoevsky, and because they talk about life in their novels and all that, and in a very thorough way, people's lives and all that. So classical books and also the biographies of many good Christians. Of course, Bible, and when the mind is fresh, I think commit them to memory. Some of the verses that you cannot do later on, and it will last entire life, right? So not only read the Bible, also memorize the Bible. So that goes around the book. Reading the biographies of Christian giants is very good because you kind of time travel. You are not locked into here and now, but you kind of see the progression of faith and how these people dealt with their issues in faith at that time, and that can be a reference point for us. And also travel a lot, and I wouldn't say just travel backpacking, Europe for a while. That has its own value, but that really doesn't add that much. If you're interested in investing in your life to maximize, I would say go to our AMI missions for 1 year, right after college or a few years into your career, before you go to graduate school or changing your career. Investing 1 year in a multicultural setting under a missionary that we trust, and learn how to appreciate and love the soul, not people of different culture and whatever. That's outside. That's all different because the manifestation of sin is all different in geographical traditions and all that cultures. But inside, soul is all the same. And being able to discern that and love the souls and spending a year to serve them will do immense good. Because as a young people, what you basically need is a wisdom. You have a life ahead of you. You have a vigor and passion and strength. But you need wisdom. In order to make that wisdom, choice of wisdom, then you need a large data bank, right? A lot of data points in a broad sense that will make you, help you to make the right decision, wise decision. So that's why, by reading these good books, you are broadening your time element. You are not here out of vacuum. You are historically connected, and understanding that and how people think and behave. At the same time, presently, right now, by traveling to another culture, another belief system, and whatever else, and the serving under our missionary with a gospel message, how this message, unchanging message, is communicated to the changing cultures and the people. And when you have those data points in your life, then you will make pretty solid decisions as long as you pray and walk in the faith. So as somebody in 20s, I would try many things, that I will not be locked into one career thinking that you're going to last, which is not true. This generation will probably change not jobs and career about 3 times. There's pharmacists becoming computer IT guy, and later on, doing something else, investment and whatnot. So in their lifetime, there'll be a lot of transitions. And if you have this broad understanding of life and people when you're young, you are more likely to make the right decision, right? And grow in your faith. So you are, before the tree grows and bear fruit, you are actually fertilizing the soil. You are tilting the soil by introducing a lot of different elements, and in a controlled environment, meaning under our missionaries that we trust, work with, and have that understanding. And I would say those two things will be very good for people.
Yeah, I really appreciate that image of preparing the soil and
Yeah.
the nutrition. Is there, for you personally, is there anything from your 20s or 30s, like a book or a place that you traveled that's most memorable or was enriching for you?
Well, for me, traveling came late, but when I was in high school, I was exchange student, out of, in Iowa, and that was eye opener.
Yeah.
And I grew up in Korea until 16, and the Korean education system actually introduced a lot of classical books in that time. So Pascal's Pansy and other Dostoevsky's short novels. And those things are very available for us. So in our age, 14, 15, 16, we are reading all these kind of things, right? Didn't understand everything, but that was understanding. Yeah. So those helped a lot. Yeah.
Okay. Well, thank you for your time.
Okay.